Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing great. So we received another ideapad. I think it was a Flex 5 or Flex 3. I can't quite remember. I didn't get to record the model, so it came for the SSD upgrade from a slow hard drive, and the hard drive wasn't entirely dead. It was just terribly slow. So the owner, we suggested the owner that we can install not much of a bigger SSD in terms of capacity. We do a 128 internally, and then the hard drive, since it's kind of working and still has data on it, so we make it external. And the SSD, which is 128 gigabytes, will support the operating system and the software that you might need. So that's what we're doing right now. So we disconnected the battery, we just removed the hard drive. Now we are touching the SSD to the enclosure of the internal enclosure that holds the hard drive in place. Now it's going to be for the SSD. And well, we have been getting most of these cases whereby older laptops, the hard drives are tending to fail, and we no longer encourage people to install hard drives, because after a short while, it's just going to come back here, because the hard drives, they're not like right now with SSD is just like the real norm, and Windows 11 is optimized quite well to work on an SSD, and no need for having a slower laptop just because of cache. The 128 GB goes for around 3,500. Too bad you don't have an NVMe for that capacity. NVMe starts from 256, but you can get the SATA from 128, and the SATA does have 256. If a machine doesn't have an N2 slot, we can just install. So the process is just that simple. We have now reconnected the battery and the bottom case, which was cracked, and apparently we can't get this case. Even a used one is quite hard. It's cracked, and well, it still functions. It holds the back case in place and the internals in place. So the next step is just the final step, which is installing another operating system onto the new SSD and installing the hard disk in the enclosure after I close back the screws. So the next step, I'll fast forward it. And so don't stay with a slow laptop just because it's an old school one. As long as your machine has a hard disk, it uses a hard disk, just know we can replace the hard disk with an SSD, the SATA SSD. And the process doesn't take long. You don't have to leave your laptop for like a day or 2 days. The process just takes around 20 or 30 minutes, and we are all done, including, and the price of the SSD is also inclusive the labor cost, so there are no extra charges. So bring in your laptops. Don't stay with a slow laptop at home or at work.